Drama can't get our fill. Engines roaring loud, heartbeats on the rise. On NFR, see the sparks in our eyes. Racing through the night, chasing every turn. On NFR, adrenaline we burn. Pit stops and fast cars, it's a wild ride. NFR, in our veins we can't hide. NFR, feel the rush, feel the speed. Formula One dreams, we take the lead. On NFR, we're flying high. Under the lights, we touch the sky. Yeah. Every lap a story, every driver's dream. On NFR, racing's the supreme. Checker flags waving, champions arise. NFR brings the glory to our eyes. NFR, where the legends are born. Speeding past the limits, engines reborn. In the fast lane, every second counts. NFR, the thrill always mounts. NFR, feel the rush, feel the speed. Formula One dreams, we take the lead. On NFR, we're flying high. Under the lights, we touch the sky. NFR with the rush, feel the speed. Formula One dreams, we take the lead. On NFR's lane, every second counts. NFR, the thrill always mounts. NFR, feel the rush, feel the speed. Formula One dreams, we take the lead. On NFR, we're flying high. Under the lights, we touch the sky. You move to NFR, feel the speed.
Speed demons burning rubber, SKR the league we love. Sunday at 6, engines flare up, adrenaline shove. Tight turns, the smell of gas, tires screeching loud. Thrill on the track, every driver make the crowd proud. Racers gunning for the top, no room for any slack. Pit stop strategies, teams got each other's backs. One wrong move, dreams could crash, a season turn to dust. Victory tastes sweeter when the stakes are a must. Rev up, SKR brings the drama. Highs and lows, no place for the comma. Checker flag wave, dreams come alive. Sunday at 6, see the legends thrive. Dashes, wheel-to-wheel clashes. Cold sweat under helmets, pressure till it smashes. Race by race unfolding like a thriller on screen. F1 kings and queens chase that victory sheen. Rivalries ignite, sparking flames on asphalt. Pushing limits, no regret, not a single halt. Missteps and miracles, heartbeat sequence speed. SKR battles fused with passion and greed. Rev up, SKR brings the drama. Highs and lows, no place for the comma. Checker flag wave, dreams come alive. Sunday at 6, see the legends thrive. Rev up, SKR brings the drama. Highs and lows, no place for the comma. Checker flag wave, dreams come alive. Sunday at 6, see the legends thrive.
track like a shooting star. Feel the rush, NFR. Lap by lap, watch them spin. Victory's close, who will win? In our heads, the engine's din. NFR, let's begin. NFR, lights are green. Zooming fast, slick machine. Every twist, every scene. Catch the action on your screen. NFR, yeah. NFR, yeah. Drama high, stars afar. Round the track like a shooting star. Feel the rush, NFR. Lap by lap, watch them spin. Victory's close, who will win? In our heads, the engine's din. NFR, let's begin. Lights out, engines roar. Sunday night, we want more. Speed kings racing on the track. Feel the thrill, no turning back. Drivers chase, the trophy gleams. 6 p.m., the race of dreams. Corners tight, they grip and slide. Feel the rush, take it in stride. SKR, we're racing high. Burning rubber, reaching sky. Drama twists and turns galore. Speed kings racing, we want more. It stops fast, the team's on fire. Chasing down their heart's desire. Highs and lows, we're on the edge. Feel the speed, no time to hedge. Rivalries, the fierce battles fought. Every move, it's natural or not. Lightning fast, they glide and weave. All the fans, they can't believe. SKR, we're racing high. Burning rubber, reaching sky. Drama twists and turns galore. Speed kings racing, we want more. Rivalries, the fierce battles fought. Every move, it's natural or not. Lightning fast, they glide and weave. All the fans, they can't believe. SKR, we're racing high. Burning rubber, reaching sky. Drama twists and turns galore. Speed kings racing, we want more.
Daddy bought him a seat in Williams, hoping his boy would make him proud. But every turn was filled with slip-ups in a sea of screaming crowds. The wheels would spin, the dream would fade. Another crash, another frown. He couldn't keep up with the legends, always letting his team down. Oh, Lance, he's living on a prayer, with daddy's money everywhere. But buying dreams ain't buying skill. He's crashing hard round every hill. When the axe came down and hope seemed lost, Dad bought Aston, spared no cost. Another chance, another goal, but he's still spinning out so slow. He hits the walls, he finds the grass, breaking hopes with every pass. He's got the power, got the name, but all he brings is crash and shame. On the grid he's just a shadow of the heroes racing past. No amount of cash can save him from a future that's fading fast. Oh, Lance, he's living on a prayer, with daddy's money everywhere. Buying dreams ain't buying skill. He's crashing hard round every hill, round every hill. When the axe came down and hope seemed lost, Dad bought Aston, spared no cost. Another chance, another goal, but he's still spinning out so slow. He hits the walls, he finds the grass, breaking hopes with every pass. He's got the power, got the name, but all he brings is crash and shame. On the grid, he's just a shadow of the heroes racing past. No amount of cash can save him from a future that's fading fast.
Sunday night, lights are bright, engines roar, take the flight. On the track, speed ignites, feel the rush, grip it tight. Racers fly through each turn, fierce and fast, rubber burns. Champions rise, lessons learned, victories call, hearts yearn. SKR, feel the drive, drive.
Target broken.
Push the
It's
limit,
broken.
come alive.
Target broken. It's broken.
SKR, feel the speed, speed. Adrenaline is what we need, need. Fast here, engines wail, close the gap, never fail. Pit stops quick, no detail. Fuel the fire, trail the tail. Final lap, tension high. Who will win? Who will fly? Rivalries burn under the sky. Finish line, here's the cry. SKR, feel the drive, drive. Yeah. Push the limit, come alive, alive. SKR, feel the speed, speed. Adrenaline is what we need, need. Feel the speed, the thrill, high octane drama can't get off fill. Engines roaring loud, heartbeats on the rise. On NFR, see the sparks in our eyes. Racing through the night, chasing every turn. On NFR, adrenaline we burn. Pit stops and fast cars, it's a wild ride. NFR, feel the rush, feel the speed. Formula One dreams, we take the lead. On NFR, we're flying high. Under the lights, we touch the sky. Yeah. Every lap a story, every driver's dream. On NFR, racing's the supreme. Checkered flags waving, champions arise. NFR brings the glory to our eyes. NFR, where the legends are born. Speeding past the limits, engines reborn. In the fast lane, every second counts. NFR, the thrill always mounts. NFR, feel the rush, feel the speed. Formula One dreams, we take the lead. On NFR, we're flying high. Under the lights, we touch the sky. NFR with the rush, feel the speed. Formula One dreams, we take the lead. On NFR's lane, every second counts. NFR, the thrill always mounts. NFR, feel the rush, feel the speed. Formula One dreams, we take the lead. On NFR, we're flying high. Under the lights, we touch the sky. You move to NFR, feel the speed.
Speed demons burning up at SKR, the league we love. Sunday at 6, engines flare up, adrenaline shove. Tight turns, the smell of gas, tires screeching loud. Thrill on the track, every driver make the crowd proud. Racers gunning for the top, no room for any slack. Pit stop strategies, teams got each other's backs. One wrong move, dreams could crash a season, turn to dust. Victory tastes sweeter when the stakes are a must. Rev up, SKR brings the drama. Highs and lows, no place for the comma. Checker flag wave, dreams come alive. Sunday at 6, see the legends thrive. Dashes, wheel-to-wheel clashes. Cold sweat under helmets, pressure till it smashes. Race by race unfolding like a thriller on screen. F1 kings and queens chase that victory sheen. Rivalries ignite, sparking flames on asphalt. Pushing limits, no regret, not a single halt. Missteps and miracles, heartbeat sequence speed. SKR battles fused with passion and greed. Rev up, SKR brings the drama. Highs and lows, no place for the comma. Checker flag wave, dreams come alive. Sunday at 6, see the legends thrive. Rev up, SKR brings the drama. Highs and lows, no place for the comma. Checker flag wave, dreams come alive. Sunday at 6, see the legends thrive.
track like a shooting star. Feel the rush, NFR. Lap by lap, watch them spin. Victory's close, who will win? In our heads, the engine's din. NFR, let's begin. NFR, lights are green. Zooming fast, sick machine. Every twist, every scene. Catch the action on your screen. NFR, yeah. NFR, yeah. Drama high, stars afar. Round the track like a shooting star. Feel the rush, NFR. Lap by lap, watch them spin. Victory's close, who will win? In our heads, the engine's din. NFR, let's begin.
Welcome to Albert Park here in beautiful Melbourne. Get ready for an action-packed day of motorsport. We've got plenty of entertainment over the course of the weekend, so check your programme to avoid missing out.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome back. It's been quiet around here for the past 2 weeks. It's time to get going again. SKR returns on a Sunday evening, this time for season 11. All slates are wiped clean, all points are wiped clean, and everybody starts with exactly the same opportunity. Look at that field that we have there on the left hand side, a full grid. That is fantastic to see. 20 cars in the field for the opening round of season 11. Of course, if anybody knows of any weather conditions, let me know in the comment section, because I, as a commentator, have no weather forecast, unfortunately. Already a few cars out on circuit. Everybody wanting to go out there, get their benchmark. Of course, we just run the short qualifying session, not the full qualifying session, so there's just Q1. It's just an 18-minute session. Everybody needs to utilize those 18 minutes to the full extent and get the best lap possible. And qualifying is going to be more important than ever in a field of 20. Bad lap time Could cost you a race. Going through the field, we have here 20 drivers: Virus, Lebby, Smurf, Jonas, Top Gun, Sugar Bear, Pantry Star, Skull, that Blade, and Disguised Bear, Spikes, Revolution, It's Free, Dispatcher, Osh Cartoon, Skulk, Wheeze, Captain Slow, and Andre. Don't think there's any new names in there. I've commentated on all of those names at some stage in some league, because I recognize all of them. So no rookies, no SKR rookies here tonight. That's probably a good thing, because if you watched the race this morning, it wasn't that fun. Of course, many wouldn't consider Liam Lawson to be a rookie because he's already had half a season, but out of the 6 full season rookies, only 2 managed to finish the race, and one of them didn't manage to start. Crashed on the formation lap. No lap times just yet, but everybody out on track, with the exception of 2 cars. Jonas, the Aston Martin, Spikes, the Alpine. Those 2 drivers remain in the pits. As I say that, one of those drivers has left, so now it's just Jonas who remains in the pits for now. Everybody else out on circuit. Quickest time so far, 1:17.1. Virus goes top of the field, then Disguised Bear P2, 1:18.4. Immediately pushed down by Andre, who goes into P2, and he's immediately pushed down by Virus. Skull was in pole position, but not for long. 16.9, that's taken away by Wheeze. You can't see that lap time. There it is. It's a 16.3. 6/10 the difference on the front row so far, but still lots of lap times to come. Lots of quick drivers looking for their first lap time. One of those drivers, the Ferrari driver, Lebby. 2 Ferraris here tonight, Disguised Bear and Lebby. It's a driver that we've seen driving out of position every now and then. You know he's quick. It's just, if he gets everything spot on the night, he can be quite unbeatable. Of course, speaking of unbeatable, he's at the top. Wheeze, 16.3. Man who loves bullying the others around on a Sunday. This is Blade, looking for his first lap time of the evening. One of the 2 Mercedes. Very important at the start of the race. Gotta keep in mind this is a very, very full field. This sort of mistake could cause a domino effect and an absolute disaster. Saw this morning that safety cars around Albert Park can be quite common. We don't see too much of that tonight. This race can't go too long. To be done by 8 o'clock. MotoGP is on at 8 o'clock. This is Blade. We ride with him. No lap time just yet. He goes over the line. And there we go, just ahead of his teammate, just ahead of Skull. Those 2 teammates very close together. Look at that, the 2 Mercedes. 4 and 5, 16.9, 16.9, just 0.02 of a second between the teammates. It's Ferrari P2, Spikes P3, there's Lebby. Told you he was quick. And I think he got that lap just right. 16.8, good enough for the second row. Then on the third row we got the pair of Mercedes. Those teammates couldn't be any closer if they tried, otherwise they'd have to match their lap times. Virus in P7. He's on an outlap. He's already had that first run. He's going for the second. This is Andre, currently in P8. We usually judge Skull and Andre's pace because They're very close together in those qualifying sessions, so if one of them is way off, we usually know there's a lot more to come. But the difference between Skull and Andre at the moment, just a tenth and a half, so nothing in it. There is a car in between them, and that's Virus. Very, very close lap times here. Let me read some of these lap times off. Look at this, a 16.3, a 16.3, then a 16.6, 16.8, 16.9, 16.9, 17.1, 17.1, 17.1. Absolutely nothing in it. From 7 down to 9. Less than 600th of a second. It's a big field, and it's a close field, and Spike's using all of the outside there. Almost into the wall. It would have been the end of his qualifying session right there. Spike's pushing the limits of the racetrack. Pushing the track limits, looking for every tenth of a second. At this point, every thousandth of a second that is on offer. Usually I say the race is much more important than qualifying, but this is an important qualifying session. You don't want to start at the rear of this field. Of course, changes made to the circuit in recent times have helped with overtaking on this layout, but still not the optimal circuit for overtaking. You don't want to start at the back. You want to have to rely on coming through that field. If you find yourself in a position where you're just stuck behind one of your opponents for a few laps, the rest of your race will not go according to plan. The skies have opened up outside the comms box, but not on the circuit. It is raining very hard in Johannesburg. We'll be seeing any rain in the race. Nobody has spoken about it in the comms. There we go. I just looked at the comment section. Sorry about that. I've been ignoring the comment section. Blade says it's a dry race. So no rain, no drama in Australia. As we saw this morning, should be a little bit more simple. Remember, this is still a street circuit. Barriers do come close at places. If you make a mistake at the wrong part of the racetrack, it's pretty unforgiving. Of course, most of this circuit is accessible to traffic 7 days a week. Of course, the only part of the circuit that's not accessible to everyday public is, well, part of the circuit where the pits are. The rest of it, it's all roads. That's why we had so many incidents this morning in the rain. All the white lines painted on these roads, because they are public roads, and every time you go over one of those white lines you just lose grip. And if everything happens at the wrong moment, well, then your Carlos Sainz or Fernando Alonso or Hadjar or any of the other drivers who got unlucky today just on those white lines. This Jonas put in a fantastic lap time, took himself up into P2. It's not good enough to beat Wees just yet. Let's have a look at this field. The top two, the front row, both in the pits, both in the 15s. It's a 15.6 and a 15.7. That's for Wees and Jonas. So just a tenth of a second cover the front row. There's a bit of a drop to its Ferrari and P3. It's a 16.0, not quite in the 15s, but close. We join Levy, and that's not what we want to see. That's not an outlap. He's off the circuit in the grass. Hopefully he's got enough battery to get around and do another. Spikes remains in the pits. This is Dispatcher in P6. Great lap time. Of course, Sauber finished in the points this morning in the Australian Grand Prix and have officially scored more points in round 1 of 2025 than they scored in the entire season of 2024. So Sauber off to a good start. Towards the rear of the field, we haven't spoken much about Captain Slow, currently in 18th place, 18-0. Then we've got Skulk on a 19-1 and Revolution on a 19-5. We know he's a little quicker than that. Keep your eyes on Revolution, he will come up the order. Dispatcher. A lot of cars in the pits right now, the track very, very quiet. His pantry star, does he peel off into the pits? Yes, he does. It's a very quiet time in qualifying. There's a few of you watching now. And as we have a bit of a quiet time in qualifying, let me know what you thought of the Australian Grand Prix this morning. Are you happy with the Lando Norris victory? You feel sorry for Oscar Piastri? You think he could have beaten Lando without that mistake? Of course, for a brief moment, it even looked like Ferrari may have pulled off the 1-2 masterclass. Unfortunately, the rain did come and there was a lot of it. They had to come into the pits. That could have been a magic result. Turned into a result behind the Sauber. You're riding with Harsh Cartoon, one of the two Red Bulls, both the Red Bulls at the rear of the field. Captain Slow in P18, Harsh Cartoon in P15. One of the RBs also at the rear of the field, 17th for Top Gun, so not a good day for the 4 Red Bull cars. The other Red Bull car, the RB of It's Free, sitting nicely in P3. This is your provisional pole sitter. Driving the car you're getting used to seeing at the front with the fire McLaren. The RS wide open, you see the quickest time so far, but he's looking for something a little more, because Jonas is not far away. He's not far away, and that's a big mistake. That's a big mistake. Keeps it out of the wall. Does a good job to not pick up any damage. Returns to the grass a second time and straight into the pits. There will be no improvement. There is still 3 minutes remaining. He's quick about it. If he's got another set of tyres, he can still get out there for one final run. But that was a big one for Wheeze. Of course, going into the barriers, retiring from qualifying, that would mean no more improvement. Wheeze has returned to the pits. Jonas, the man in P2, he still sits in the pits. We're riding with It's Free. Currently in P3, he's just started what I assume will be his final attempt. Everybody on the soft tyre, no need for the tyre stream. Wheeze has called it a day for qualifying. He was retired from the session, so he's not going to be able to come out again. Jonas remains in the pits with just 2 minutes remaining, so if he is going to do a lap, he needs to get on with it. There we go, Jonas on an out lap, so he has come out of the pits. He doesn't need to find much. If he's able to find a 10th and a half, look how I'm talking, I would never get anywhere near the 15.7. Jonas will know if he's got another 10th and a half in him. If he made any mistake on that previous lap, he's going to know exactly where that mistake was. So these drivers, they've done so many laps around these circuits. They know exactly what they're capable of, and exactly when they're off. Second retirement, that is Skull. No more time in the session for him to improve, so he's going to retire from P5. Of course, lots of drivers behind him that could still improve. Sitting watching the timing screens, hoping for the best, hoping to hold on to that P5. This is Jonas, he's on the outlap, preparing the tyres, preparing the brakes, getting everything ready, battery charged up, ready to go one more time. Let's ride with Jonas. 1:15.754 is his best time. If he wants to take pole position, he's going to have to find himself in 10th and a half. Not even a 10th and a half. Oh, not a 10th and a half. He's going to have to find himself 800ths of a second. Could be the slightest mistake on braking, the slightest mistake on acceleration. Absolutely nothing 800ths of a second. But when you have a field this close, 800ths of a second can be a long way away. Jonas P2, Virus P4. Virus has just retired. Cars in there. 3, 4, 5, 5. Pantry Star gets a lap in later. 1:16.3. Puts himself up into P4. Gives himself for the horse driver. Steals a late second row and is immediately taken out of the second row. Spikes takes the second row. Now we're riding with Jonas. Let's have a look at what he was able to do. Is he able to take pole position away from Weeze at the last moment? Yes, he is. Fantastic lap. Said he needed to find 800ths. He found a whole lot more than 800ths of a second. And Jonas leaves it as late as can be. Comes out and leaves no question. Of course, we saw Weeze on that final run. He made a big mistake. Wasn't able to improve on that final run. Gun, Skull, and Revolution. Of course, now we look at the empty pit lane. I think you all know the drill by now. Cars are all to the left-hand side of your screen. Drivers preparing their final strategies. Of course, what tire are you going to start on? How deep into the race do you intend to go? Do you want to start on a hard tire if you're anticipating an early safety car? There's a lot of questions. And of course, regardless of the strategy you put in, a few safety cars, a few accidents, that strategy will mean nothing. Of course, we don't have to worry about rain apparently. According to the comment section, rain should not be an issue. But this is a very big field. And this is a street circuit, so the barriers are close. And if a driver gets a little too brave on these opening laps, it could be an absolute disaster. Of course, when the drivers are all done with their strategies, we don't get going immediately. We have that formation lap. Hopefully no one retires on the formation lap. We had that this morning. There we go, your dual green lights. Drivers get away for their one dress rehearsal lap. Go around, warm up your tires, warm up your brakes, prepare your car for the race, prepare your car for turn 1 really. It's going to be Jonas and Weeze into that turn 1, Aston Martin versus McLaren, Mercedes power versus Mercedes power. Where is the first Mercedes? Down in P7, that's Skull. Second Mercedes down in P12, that's Blade. In 2026, Aston Martin will be switching from Mercedes power to Honda power, and Alpine will be dropping their own Renault engine for Mercedes. So Alpine, the Renault factory team, will no longer have Renault engines. Not really the best advertisement. In fact, it's a terrible advertisement. We're pretty good at racing so long as somebody else builds our stuff. Big slide. Luckily there for Jonas, that's not the start, the restart with a safety car, 'cause that's the last thing you want. It's just a formation lap and it's not going to count too much. Everybody's just going to line up. Don't get the best camera angle of the start, do we? You will get a brilliant camera angle of the red lights. You do get to see all the cars lining up. The drivers at the front feel like they've been parked in position for quite some time. You're thinking to yourself, what's going on at the back there? Who am I waiting for? Let's get going. Red lights will come on one by one, and when there's 5 of them, there will be a brief pause. When they go out, we'll be underway. Pause a little longer than expected. Hope the drivers are on high alert. These lights could come on at any moment. It appears like nothing is happening. There we go. Told you these lights could come on very quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and off they go. And this is a terrible camera angle. We hope to get a better one. There we go. It's going to be McLaren versus Aston Martin. Does Weeze take the lead? Yes, he does. He takes the lead. Started in P2. Takes the lead immediately. Then we've got Jonas P2. It's Ferrari P3 looking to get involved in the battle for the lead. Starts in P4. Pankerstar, we've already got a retirement. Got a retirement down the field. That's Sugar Bear. I think that's one of the 2 Haas drivers. Early retirement, early caution on the circuit. But no call for a safety car at this time. Jonas has since retaken the lead from Weeze. So those 2 trading places. It's Ferrari. He's in P3. I would usually say best seat in the house, but not so much. He's got a lot of cars behind him, a lot of quick cars behind him. And in the next few laps, they're going to have DRS and feel a lot more punchy. They've been just saying good luck to everyone in the race. Especially Skull and Andre. Shouldn't write that part, but I know by now. It's going to be a 29 lap race. 5.2 kilometer circuit. Of course, this is still the F1 2024 game, so you still get a point for the fastest lap. Of course, in 2025, that rule has been dropped. Sure how many of you noticed that, but the bonus point for fastest laps no longer applies. And they decided to take that point away, well, because of the Danny Ricciardo incident. Jonas leads from Wheeze, 2/10 of a second, then it's Ferrari, further 3/10 back, then Spikes just a tenth off, so nothing in it. This would be a DRS train for the lead of 8 cars. Absolutely insane, and Andre could join that DRS battle very, very soon. Just over a second away from his teammate, 1.1, needs to get it down to 9/10. We've got another retirement, and this time we do get a safety car. Just a virtual safety car, not a full safety car. So a full safety car this early on in the race can be troublesome, can really mess with your strategy. You just don't know what to do. See there, nobody would have utilised an early safety car, nobody on the soft tyre. And most of the field going for that medium compound, and then 5 of the drivers going for the hard compound. The drivers in P12, P13, Blade and Top Gun on the hard compound, as well as the top 3. Absolute mess at the front, can't even tell what's going on. Saw Wheeze, saw Jonas, all of a sudden saw the white noise cone of its Ferrari pop out. It's carnage at the front. Wheeze, Jonas, it's Ferrari, Spikes, Pantry Star, nothing in it. All these cars I've just mentioned, they're within 2.5 seconds of each other. There we go, you can see the top 7 drivers, just 2.5 seconds. Absolutely nothing in it. What a close field. It's only lap 4 of 29. We've had the 2 retirements. We started with 20, but down to 18. We've lost a Kick Sauber and we've lost a Haas. At the front, the McLaren. Seems pretty familiar from earlier this morning. It's not familiar, it's an Aston Martin in P2. But Lance Stroll had a pretty good drive earlier this morning. I think he got P5. P6, I think it was P6. Of course, the Antonelli penalty was reversed. King Antonelli takes P4 on debut. What a race it was this morning. Jonas and Reeves, 2/10 of a second. They haven't been able to shake off the rest of the field. It's Ferrari, Spikes, Pantry Star, Skull, Levy, as well as Andre, all of them coming along with the leader. All of them within DRS. This is a circuit with quite a few DRS zones. So what happens is if that car in front of you, if that driver in front of you, you might be quicker than you. But the fact that he has to tow you around a few times every single lap means you can stay with the driver much longer than you'd expect. Of course, big advantage for the top 3 here is that they are the top 3 and they've got the hard tyre. Everyone behind them should have a tyre advantage and they're able to handle it. I always mention, if you take the disadvantage at the start of the race, you're going to have the advantage at the end of the race. So these top 3, they're quick already. Imagine at the end of the race when they're the only cars on mediums. Wheeze, beautiful overtake on Jonas. You've got to remember every time you see an overtake like that, don't only congratulate the attacking driver. It takes 2 drivers to make a successful overtake like that. Driver in front needs to respect the overtake as well. Otherwise you know what's going to happen. So McLaren from an Aston Martin, then an RB, an Alpine, a Mercedes, a Ferrari, a Williams and a Haas. And a Kick. And then a Red Bull. If you look at that, if I'm not mistaken, there's 10 constructors in the top 10. Let me just double. I think I'm right. 10 constructors in the top 10. So no team at the moment has 2 cars in the points. And look at these two. They just carry on trading positions and they're so close. You love to see it. You love to see the racing. But you're holding fingers all the way. You just don't want them to make contact. See that papaya front wing getting so close, and I'm waiting for carbon fiber to go flying, but somehow they managed to keep all the bits and pieces on their respective cars. This isn't only fast driving, this is good driving. It's Ferrari. So one of the quicker drivers in the field hasn't really challenged for the lead. He has been sitting in a comfortable P3. Spikes is putting a bit of pressure on him. Ferrari will be happy with those hards. He'll know that the medium runners will start to drop off. Track will come to the hard runners. Levy. Why was I going to say that's the first penalty of the night? It's not the first penalty of the night. Look at the timing screen. There's already 4 drivers with penalties. Just looking at those penalties, nothing too serious. 3 seconds apiece for Disguised Bear, Blade and Levy. And then 6 seconds already for Uno. Got to get a handle on those penalties. We've seen so many times in the past, drivers can rack up 9 seconds, 12 seconds, then you get a late safety car. That field isn't able to spread out again, and you land up tumbling down the order from what could have been a very decent position. It's Wheeze from Jonas. 0.2 of a second, nothing in it. Got another retirement. We got another retirement. It was the man with the most penalties. It was Uno. Not going to need to worry about those penalties anymore. Still no safety car. Just take caution. May suggest that Uno retired in the pits. That is the case. I see a Williams there on the track map in the pits and it's just disappeared. So Uno retires from the race in the pits. There will be no safety car for that. It's not having the race he would have wanted. Calling it an early night. Jonas leads the way. Wheeze P2, 0.2 of a second. Feels like I've said that before, not so long ago. But nothing's changing at the front. It's Ferrari, still sits in P3. He's not getting too involved for the lead just yet. Need to stay in P3 for now. Let these two scrap it out. And if it does get a little too scrappy, well, he's close enough to pounce and take the lead away from both of them. Aston Martin, McLaren, RB, Mercedes, Honda. Spikes did a great job to hold on to those top 3 for as long as he did. I wonder if he made a mistake or if that's just the medium starting to fall off. He's now 3 seconds back from that lead group. And a further 3.5 seconds back you'll find Levy, the lead Ferrari driver, and he's coming under pressure from a Williams. Is that a Williams? Yes, it is a Williams. It's Andre. He's trying to get past the Scarlet Red Ferrari and take P5 for himself. Started with 20, down to 17. It's lap 9 of 29, long way to go. How many times do I say Andre and Skull match each other in pace? Well, 6 and 7 in the field. Seems like those two have the same coach. Very, very similar style, very, very similar pace. And I'm gonna guess that their coach is, it's probably Death Queen. Probably why Death Queen never drives. Just want to put everybody to shame. This is Wheeze versus Jonas versus It's Free. It was 3 wide briefly, and somehow It's Free has come out into P2. Wheeze loses a couple of positions. Now he finds himself in P3 for what I think is the first time in the race. It's Free made his move. And what fantastic driving it was from all 3 drivers. 3 wide for quite some time on 2 occasions. And everybody was able to come out with all their carbon fibers still attached. And the battle is still very close, so no momentum lost, no carbon fiber lost. Quality driving. It's Free thought about going into the lead. Thought better of it. A lot of mileage to cover. Death Queen just confirming that she is indeed Andre and Skull's coach. We've uncovered the secret. Jonas leads the way from It's Free. Wheeze in P3. He's going to be a little annoyed. He was in P2, he was in P1 for a majority of the race. Now he's got an RB in between him and the car he's been fighting throughout. Goes to the outside. Let's see if he can get past. Yes, he does. He gets past It's Free. And he gets past Jonas. What an overtake. A double overtake. Thought Jonas was going to fight back. Then just decided to tuck in behind the McLaren. He'll get DRS down the straight and he'll get another go. This is the view from the leader looking back on the rear wing at Jonas. You can see he just went to the inside ever so briefly. That's when the driver's just thinking about it. Suddenly realizes there's no way I'll make that corner, and then tucks in behind his opponent. Good view from the rear wing, just shows you how close these drivers are. The driver in P2, Jonas, see the leader just ahead of him. It's Free, very close behind. Very difficult situation to be in. DRS train of 3 cars, and you're the one in the middle, trying to attack, trying to watch your mirrors at the same time, and what an overtake around the outside. Aggressive, brave, and pinpoint. Jonas retakes the lead of the race. Wheeze in P2, It's Free, P3. Said that many times. It's Spikes has held on to P4 very nicely. He's made it his own. Now he does come into the pits. I think it's the first of the medium runners to come into the pits, so I expect the pits to become very busy as this Skull goes into the pits, as does Lebby. So the pit lane was going to get busy, all those medium runners responding at the same time. And I think with all the gaps, massive gaps in between the teammates, everybody's got to worry about double stacking. Sorta's going to flip because of all those pit stops. The top 5 now. Jonas, Wheeze, It's Free, Brian and Top Gun. Those 5 cars all started on the hard tyre, so they have not pit. Harsh Cartoon and Andre, well, they've taken their mediums a lap further than anyone else. Smurf as well, going for 12 laps on the medium. The other drivers deciding against it. Of course, if the tyre starts to go off, 1 or 2 extra laps around the circuit, with the tyre that's not optimal, You lose so much lap time. When you come out of the pits, the car you were once fighting, you might find him 5 seconds down the road. A little further back, Brady. I don't know why I said Brady. Blade. Who's Brady? Very confusing. Blade. Ryan Blade. Brady. I have no idea where I came up with that name. It's Faree. Leads the way from Weiss. Then Jonas. Then Blade. Spikes in P5. Top Gun P6. Pantry P7. Skull P8. Got Andre in P9, and he's taking those mediums a little further than everybody else. He's now at 13 laps on a set of mediums. There's a few of you watching, but a very, very quiet comment section. I'm going to assume most of you are out on track. Listen to the stream in the background. 3-second penalty going the way of Skull, the driver in P8. I haven't seen any real stoppages in this race. We did have the one virtual safety car that just sort of neutralizes things, and it was very early on. Didn't make any difference to the field. We haven't had a full safety car. If we did have a full safety car, well, that would just flip things on its head. Course, season 11 is going to run concurrently with SAFRL season 11, and for the most part the calendars do match up. That means we're going to be back on Tuesday night at 8 PM for SAFRL at this very circuit. So if you're one of the drivers that does both leagues, well, you should have a bit of an advantage come Tuesday night. Maybe we'll get rain on Tuesday night. Surely it's coming in Australia. Top 3 drivers all started on the hard tyre. All been out there for 14, make it 15 laps on those hard tyres. They've now gone over halfway distance in this race. Revolution picks up a 3-second penalty. Lots of penalties in the field. Pantry Star P7 is actually in a pretty good position because the 2 drivers ahead of him both have penalties. Let's bring up the penalty screen to see how severe those are. Blade has a 6-second penalty. Everybody else just on the 3 seconds. Top Gun Skull, Levy, Revolution, Disguised Bear, and Captain Slow, 3 seconds apiece. Let's go back to the top 3 because they're inseparable. The cars seem to be magnetized. They've been together since the start of the race, since the exit of turn 1. They've held these 3 positions in varying positions. Faree's led the race, Weiss has led the race, Jonas has led the race. They continue to battle it out. Now, 2 of them, Weiss and it's Faree, both come into the pits. Slows that down just in time. Hopefully, don't see the penalty pop up, so I presume he did slow that down. So we had 3 cars in that extremely close battle. 2 of those cars have decided to come into the pits and put on a set of mediums. I think Jonas was in the lead at the time, so those 2 might have just caught him out. I wonder if there will be an undercut. Surely he will react immediately. At the end of this lap, he will come into the pits. Those hard tyres are starting to lose any sort of grip. Any extra time spent on track is going to cost you. This is Weiss back out on track. It's Ferrari. 1 second behind him, so those two have been separated in the pits. Came into the pits less than a tenth apart. Came out of the pits 1 second apart. This is Weeze getting so close to that outside barrier. Using all of the racetrack, and now Jonas, does he peel off into the pits? For a moment there I thought he was going around for another lap, but he does. Into the pits, and this is going to be a close call. Where is Weeze? Where is It's Ferrari? Those two separated by 9/10, so It's Ferrari has been able to close it below a second once more. So important that he keeps it there. Where is Jonas? He's on the pit exit. Where is Weeze? He's coming down the straight over the start finish line. It's going to be very close, but it's enough. Weeze into the lead of the race. Very aggressive around the outside in turn 1, but pulls it off. And he's picked up an 8/10 gap on Jonas, the biggest gap he's had on Jonas the entire race. But these three cars I mentioned not so long ago, they appear to be magnetized, and not even a pit window a lap apart has been able to separate them. Jonas getting awfully close to falling out of DRS. He was able to match Weeze on the hard tyre. Will he be able to match Weeze on the medium tyre? Tom's driver might come across a compound that we just don't like. Setup just doesn't work well with that particular compound, or something doesn't feel right. May be able to match someone on one compound and battle on another. It seems like that is not the case. Remember, these drivers started to get spread out. I thought the battle would be split up. Look at it now. 3 drivers. Less than half a second cover the 3. It's Ferrari. The man at the rear of those 3 has just set the fastest lap. So Spikes, P4. Set of hard tyres. Skull, set of hard tyres in P5, then Levy and Pantry Star. Blade in P8. A brand new set of mediums on that car, so he should have a tyre advantage. Fortunately for him, he's 10 seconds back from Pantry Star, so no overtakes in the near future. Squeeze from Jonas. That's a 2/10 gap. Then it's Jonas from It's Ferrari, and that too is a 2/10 gap. 4/10 cover the top 3. It's fantastic to have races like this. Watch fast drivers race each other, pass each other, lap after lap after lap. Unfortunately for the rest of the field, they don't get as much broadcast time as they deserve. Let's go a little further down the field while there's still 10 laps to go. Spikes, he's in P4, he's done a great job. Remember at the start of the race, he initially stayed with those top 3. He was able to match them for quite some time. Then when he dropped out of DRS, he started falling back. But he has absolutely made sure that P4 is his own. Has not picked up any penalties. He's doing a fantastic job. Levy is in P5. We've got Skull attacking him for that P5, and he's been attacking for that P5 for quite some time. Pantry Star not far behind in the Haas, P7. Then we've got that 10-second gap I was talking about, down to P8. That's Blade. Osh Cartoon in P9. And Top Gun, that would be the final point. An RB racing a Red Bull for 9 and 10. Back to the leaders. Jonas now has a 7/10 gap on Weeze. Been able to open up that gap, and that's why fastest lap of the race is 16:9. Some of us, including myself, probably couldn't even do that lap. in a full quali spec car. These guys are out there doing it with fuel in the tank on medium tires while racing each other. Spikes B4. Skull has made the overtake. We said he was following Levy, looking for that P5. He's now up into P5. And will he be able to shake off that Ferrari, or will the Ferrari just open up DRS and take that position right back for the time being? If he hoping to hold on to that result, it would be a good result as a season opener. But he does have that penalty next to his name. Levy also has a penalty, so those two will cancel each other out, presuming they're both 3-second penalties. Remember, Blade has a 6-second penalty, Revolution 6 seconds, and Captain Slow 6 seconds. And Levy as well, 6-second penalty. Skull could still get a promotion here because of penalties up the road. Back to the tyre screen, we haven't seen any sets of softs. Nobody started on the soft, nobody's ending on the soft. So it's just going to be medium hard or hard medium. One stop race. 22 of 29. We had a virtual safety car very early on in the race. We've had 3 retirements, but we've had no race stoppages. Of course, a safety car that brought this queue back together at this stage would be disastrous for the top 3. So they've had this racetrack all to themselves, and they don't want that to change anytime soon. Jonas, it's Ferrari, and Wheeze. Aston Martin, RB, and McLaren. At the start of the race, I thought we would see more retirements than this. Such a busy field. At a track like Albert Park, everybody has been able to keep it on the road. Didn't see what happened to Sugar Bear. We didn't see what happened to Dispatcher. We know just retired in the pits. So no actual incident from And then the first two, I don't think the incident could have been too big because it never triggered a safety car. Now Skull picks up another 3-second penalty. He's towards the rear of the field, so these penalties won't be helping him at all. Levy now picks up another 3-second penalty. I think he was on 6. That'll take him up to 9. These penalties really start racking up towards the end of the race. No matter how many laps you've done of a circuit, experienced it myself. Finished entire races without getting a warning, and the very next time I do that circuit I pick up a penalty on lap 2. It's disastrous when they start that early. It's Ferrari, Jonas, Wheeze. What will be the order they finish in? We know it's probably going to be these 3 on the podium, but what will the order be? Virus picks up a 3-second penalty. The penalty's really starting to fall in now. 24 of 29. Not long to go. We do have a caution on the top left. That now disappears. Top 3. Breathe a sigh of relief. Down to the driver in P8. Good evening to Mandy in the comment section, showing her support for Blade. Is the second Mercedes driver. You're riding on board with him now. There he is, doing a great job just behind his teammate. 5 seconds behind his teammate. 7 and 8 for the 2 Mercedes. Back at the front, it's Jonas, Wheeze, and it's Ferrari. These three cars will almost certainly take up the podium spots. The question remains, what will the order be? Welcome Tian, welcome to the broadcast, welcome to the race. Not sure how long you've been here or if you've just joined, but a fantastic battle at the front. Battle between three manufacturers, three very quick drivers. Jonas, Wheeze, It's Free, they've all led the race at a stage, they've all been P2 at a stage, they've all been P3 at a stage. They've swapped positions multiple times. But for the time being, the order is Jonas, Wheeze, and It's Free. Someone asking me for an invite. Just going to take 2 seconds to try and get that done. And there we go, we're back. Skull needed an invite, we've sent him an invite. In the meantime, of course, he fell out of the lobby. That means Blade is now the lead Mercedes driver. That order has changed. Hopefully Skull can get back in his car and still claim some points here tonight. Every moment he's not in that car, somebody's going to be catching him at an alarming rate. Jonas leads the way. Wheeze P2. It's Free P3. How much is left in those mediums? Are those mediums starting to slide around? It's not ideal when you want to be fighting on the final laps. Sometimes you go for the overtake, you just feel that car start to slide at the back. Your confidence just drops. You no longer believe you can lean on those tires, you're just waiting for them to go. But at the moment, these top three, they're not letting up, they're pushing, and they're not getting any further apart. Jonas, Wheeze, and It's Free. There's been no change in the order for a while now, they're just running line astern. We haven't spoken too much about Spikes, but he's just had a very quiet race. Well, will you look at that? That is a broken fastest lap. Revolution, nobody's going to take that fastest lap away from you because according to the game, Revolution just lapped Albert Park in 2 seconds. That's right. Gotta love F124. Jonas from Wheeze, from It's Free. How long until Wheeze, until It's Free decide to pounce? Are they letting Jonas lead the race, or are they just not able to stay on pace with him? Jonas, Wheeze, It's Free's dropped back a little bit, he's 8/10ths back. Wonder if he just made a mistake. Those three have been so close together. At the moment anyone drops back, even though it's just 7/10ths, all of a sudden it looks like they're far apart. Jonas, Wheeze, It's Free, 28 of 29, not long to go. We are officially in the safe zone, no more safety cars can occur. In fact, we didn't get a safety car here tonight. Very different result from what we had in the Australian Grand Prix this morning. In fact, we had so many safety cars this morning. That should have been your driver of the day. The safety car driver, whoever that may be. Jonas, Wheeze, it's free. There we go, I just wanted to get confirmation of that, but you can see they're lapping the Sauber, but the Sauber, it is ghosting? Yes it is, it's ghosting. That does make life a lot easier. So the last thing you want to see is a battle of three drivers like this getting messed up because they have to come through traffic. That's why the ghosting is put in there. There have been incidents in the past of somebody leading the race and losing the race in the closing laps because of an incident with a car they were overtaking. The famous Max Verstappen pushing Esteban Ocon. That was one of them. And if you've been watching Formula 1 for a very long time, Michael Schumacher went to lap David Coulthard in Belgium and lost his front left wheel. Wheeze from Jonas, from It's Free. Same order it's been for the entire race. The only thing that's changed between those three are the positions. But now this is the most important time to be in front. Lap 29 of 29, penultimate corner, final corner. Has Wheeze done enough? I think he has. And there we go, what a race. Wheeze takes the victory, does he? Yes he does. Oh so close. Jonas P2, It's Free P3, 5/100ths of a second for the victory. 5/100ths of a second, half a tenth between Wheeze and Jonas at the end. And there is Spikes, he comes over the line in a lonely fourth place. Pretty lonely race for him, he didn't battle anyone towards the end there. Pantry Star P5, then Levy over the line in P6. There is the lead Mercedes, in fact, is it the only Mercedes? Skull down in P12, but I'm not sure if he's in control of that car. Well done to Blade as he goes over the line in P7. Just wait for everybody else to come over the line and then we can get on to those official results. Just looking at the comment section there, it says invite me please. I think that was earlier on. Yes, that was earlier on. Wash Cartoon picks up the driver of the day. There we go, brief look at the podium. Mercedes, Aston Martin and RB. There's your official results. Wheeze takes the victory. Does not get the fastest lap. Fastest lap goes to the man in P2. That's Jonas. Finished just half a tenth behind the leader. Then it's Free in P3. Spikes P4. Good race for him. Good result on the opening round of season 11. Then Pantry Star P5. Levy P6. Harsh Cartoon P7. Blade goes down to P8. I think he had a penalty. Then Andre P9. Top Gun picks up the final points on the night. No points in the season opener. Disguise Bear P11, Skull P12, Smurf 13. We've got Skull 14, Revolution 15, Virus 16, Captain Slow 17, and our 3 DNFs. Dispatcher, and the first one to go, Sugar Bear. There we go. That is the end. I think I can mute the game now. There we go. Yes, I can mute the game. So that is the end of Season 11, Round 1, the season opener for SKR. What a race it was. The top 3, It's Free, Wheeze, and Jonas pushing each other from the start of the race right to the very end of the race. Don't know how many of those drivers are going to return on Tuesday night for SAFRL, but if all 3 of them do return, I think we could just see a repeat of that. Fantastic result for all of them. Of course, Comsbox is open. If anybody would like to join, you can jump into the cool down room on the NFR server. I can bring you into the Comsbox, so we'll keep the stream going for another 5 minutes or so. See if anybody does want to join.
Can't, it's broken! It's broken!
I have no idea where that voice is coming from, and I can't stop it. I'm going to let you listen to a little bit of music. I'll be back in a few minutes from now, either with somebody in the comms box or to come back and say goodbye.
Take it in stride. SKR, we're racing high, burning rubber, reaching sky. Drama twists and turns galore. Speed Kings racing, we want more.
Can't, it's broken! It's
It's
broken!
that fast. The team's on fire, chasing down their heart's desire. Highs and lows, we're on the edge. Feel the speed,
Can't,
no
it's broken!
time to hedge.
It's broken!
Rivalries, the fierce battle's fought. Every move, it's natural or not. Lightning fast, they glide and weave. All the fans, they can't believe. SKR, we're racing high, burning rubber, reaching sky. Drama twists and turns galore. Speed Kings racing, we want.
Welcome back, everyone. Doesn't look like anyone's going to be joining the comms box. We only usually see that towards the end of the season. Guys not really wanting to join. I want to thank all of you who joined tonight, everyone who joined the stream and has been here since the beginning until now. I want to thank you. We're almost at 800 subscribers, so if it's your first visit to the channel and you haven't subscribed, remember to subscribe. It is free. It's free of charge. Most effort you have to do is that little click. So remember to subscribe if it's your first visit to the channel and you want to see more of this content. If it isn't your first visit, remember to leave a like. We're going to be back Tuesday night, 8 PM, same circuit, different league, a lot of the same drivers though. I hope to see you all back then. And until Tuesday, I hope you enjoy the MotoGP. Cheers.
Filled with slip-ups in a sea of screaming crowds. The wheels would spin, the dream would fade. Another crash, another frown. He couldn't keep up with the legends, always letting his team down. Oh, Lance, he's living on a prayer, with daddy's money everywhere. But buying dreams ain't buying skill. He's crashing hard round every hill. When the axe came down and hope seemed lost, Dad bought Aston, spare no cost. Another chance, another goal, but he's still spinning out so slow. He hits the walls, he finds the grass, breaking hopes with every pass. He's got the power, got the name, but all he brings is crashing shame. On the grid he's just a shadow of the heroes racing past. No amount of cash can save him from a future that's fading fast. Oh, Lance, he's living on a prayer, with daddy's money every hill, around every hill. When the axe came down and hope seemed lost, Dad bought Aston, spared no cost. Another chance, another goal, but he's still spinning out so slow. He hits the walls, he finds the grass, breaking hopes with every pass. He's got the power, got the name, but all he brings is crash and shame. On the grid, he's just a shadow of the heroes racing past. No amount of cash can save him from a future that's fading fast.